This is a video for the owners of Cooley Kaboom, Tammy and Debbie. We nearly had a sensational event. Obviously, we had my assistant rider, Kenta from Japan, who's ridden at the 4-star level and represented Japan at some championships, has come over, and he's helping me ride some of the young horses. And anyway, things have been going really, really well with the Kaboom. Obviously, what you're seeing here is the dressage, and she was sensational. Kenta scored a 28.3 with Kaboom. Did just a beautiful test. I was there watching him in the warm-up, and I was like, holy moly, and she was brilliant. It was a very, very big field of horses. There was about 23 starters in the field, and there was some pretty big-time horses there, and Kaboom was right in there and did a great test. It was exciting for me to watch just because she is quite extravagant, and she's a beautiful mover, and the judges seem to love her. She's nice and quiet in the ring too. Like, she's not a nervous horse. You can really, really ride her. The show jumping was equally as good. She show jumped clear, and she was in second place after the show jumping. So I was thinking to myself, you beauty. Unfortunately, in the cross country, at about, I think it was about fence 8 or 9, it was a combination. It was a big coupe, 4 strides to a corner. And I was sort of watching from afar, and Kaboom actually, she bumped her front leg as she took off at the Part A element, and my poor little Japanese fella flew over her shoulder. I think she misread the jump, or I don't know, the ground was a little bit slippery. Maybe she slid a little bit as she took off. To me, it looked like they got to the jump in a good way, good speed, good balance, and either she sort of slipped or lost her footing on the takeoff, or she lost a little bit of concentration and bumped one leg, and poor old little Kenta flew off. It wasn't an ugly fall, and Kaboom was fine. She didn't fall over or anything. She just sort of twisted and then landed, and she was a good girl, actually. She didn't gallop off or anything. She stood there and waited for Kenta to get back on and lead her back to the stable. So it was a little bit disappointing, just because she was either going to win or come second. And after this great dressage and great show jumping, we're all very, very exciting because she's a great cross-country horse. It was a huge surprise to everyone. We'd sort of been cross-country schooling Kaboom a fair bit at home, and she's a great cross-country horse. She's got plenty of scope, plenty of jump. I'm going to ride Kaboom myself in about 2 weeks' time. I think it's either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. There's a competition down in Maryland called the MCTA. So I'll just, obviously I'll compete in next and make sure that everything's in good order. With eventing or sport in general, as you both know, there is such a thing as just a bit of bad luck, and obviously I think this guy's a great rider. Kaboom's a fantastic horse, and it was just one of those moments where shit happens, as they say. Anyway, girls, she jumped a very good round. It's not the easiest place to show jump at Fair Hill. It's sort of a grass ring, and she's a great jumper, and I feel like she's jumping in a good way. Sometimes with her jumping technique, she jumps a little bit high with her head and neck, and a little bit hollow. But I feel like now she's jumping through her body. Like when she jumps through her shoulders and is loose behind, which has been a big goal. Anyway, guys, we'll give Kaboom a couple of easy days, and then I'll hop on her and just cross country school her and later in this week and make sure that she hasn't lost her confidence. I'm thinking it's going to be just fine. It's obviously disappointing, but the nature of competitive sport. Anyway, girls, after watching this show jumping and dressage, I'm very, very impressed with Kaboom, and I feel like if she's got the gallop, she could be a real big-time horse. Anyway, I'll check in with you again soon.